this is your first time here, I'm Shaina, and today I'm talking about how to find your passion. It's a big topic, but I'm excited to talk about it because I know firsthand the quality of life you live when you aren't living your passion and the quality of life you live when you are living your passion. And the difference is incredible. So let's get right into it. I'm Shaina, and I love sharing ways on how to better yourself and how to create a beautiful life. The idea of doing something you love every day, especially getting paid to do what you love, is appealing to people, right? It's exciting. But once people realize that it's going to take a little bit of time and effort to discover what that passion is, most of us go into default mode and just continue doing whatever it is that we're doing because it's quote unquote easier. It's not effortless, guys, so you must have a strong enough desire to be willing to put in the work. If you're on the fence of whether or not you want to do some self-discovery work, let me tell you, I don't care if it takes you weeks or months or years, it is absolutely worth it. And in fact, if I only had one piece of advice to give the world, I'd say go discover your passion and live it, because it is the most rewarding and fulfilling experience to step into who you really are. Which brings me to my next point. Passion and authenticity go hand in hand. If you're watching this, I think it's safe to assume that you don't know what your passion is. What that means is you're not living a fully authentic life, and the true essence of who you are is still buried. You're living a part of your life based on fear rather than truth and love. So you may be wondering, how does this happen, Shaina? We are conditioned as young kids to act a certain way, how to think, which rules to follow, social norms. Things like, you should do this, you should go for that, this is the path you should follow if you want to be successful. And what happens is when we follow these rules, we end up creating a life that's not in alignment with our unique desires and personalities. It's ultimately in alignment with somebody else's. Limiting beliefs is another part of it. We adopt a lot of our thinking from our parents and other authority figures. Things like, work is supposed to be hard, you're not supposed to like your job, money doesn't grow on trees, you'll never make money doing that. It's the beliefs that steer the course of our lives, but unfortunately not always in the right direction. To find your passion, you must break these beliefs down one by one and disbelieve them. If I believe that the only way to success is to climb the corporate ladder, I'm gonna be working in corporate as long as I believe that. If I want my external reality to change, I must first start by changing my belief system. Does that make sense, everybody? For example, if I change my belief to something like, the way to real success is by discovering my passion and doing what I love, this is gonna change my trajectory and what my life looks like. And this doesn't just go for career, it goes for relationships and so forth, right? If you have somebody who's in an unhealthy relationship, that's because they believe that's all they deserve. But if they change their belief to, no, I deserve the best, right? They're gonna leave that relationship and go find that. Ta-da! Our minds are a powerful thing. In a nutshell, once you break down all the beliefs that aren't guiding you in the right direction, you can then think and believe whatever it is that you want. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is when the magic starts to happen. To find your passion, you must go on a self-discovery quest, so to speak. It's when you develop a stronger sense of yourself and start living from that place that your passion is uncovered. And then you start to become a detective. Inspector Gadget, da-na-na-na-na. The first thing I did was I looked at my past and I pinpointed how I got there and all the things I knew I didn't want. Look at your life up until this point and find the clues, because these clues are gonna be extremely, extremely valuable. So for example, some of my realizations and clues were, I didn't wanna work in corporate, I hated sales, I didn't wanna work for somebody else, I wanted to do something creative, I wanted to get in front of a lot of people, I wanted to help people, and at that time, all these things didn't really make sense or come together, but that's okay, because just by identifying them, it was bringing me some sense of clarity. Once you've begun gathering your clues and you're free from all the limiting beliefs and rules that have held you back for so long, and you're like a free bird in the free world, you can start following your curiosities, because now you have no limits. And if anybody has a problem with that, stop. Don't talk to me. Loser, lame-o. Is everybody with me still? So this is the phase when you try out a lot of different things without committing to anything right away. I talk more about it in my video, How to Manage Your Multi-Passionate Self. If you haven't seen that, I'll put the link in the description box below, so make sure you check it out because it is a great add-on to this video. During this phase, I signed up for a new class. I taught myself how to build a website because that was intriguing to me. I was reading interesting books. I was listening to different music. Once I broke down the belief that this is what you're supposed to be doing, once I dismantled that, I was then free to just do whatever felt good for me in the moment, and that is the place you will get to as well. And then one day, once you've allowed all of these different interests and talents and passions marinate, you will confidently say, I was always meant to be a blank, and you will never forget that moment. And the last point I want to make is that your passion or your calling is not just one thing, it's really all the facets that make you you. So I wouldn't say that my passion is just coaching or just making videos. It's those things, but it's also talking about self-help, finding new ways to express my ideas creatively. It's about being 100% myself. My passion is through writing and speaking and editing and all of those things wrapped up in one package. And when you have found a way, and you will, to combine all the facets of what makes you you, you will officially be living your passion. Thank you guys so much for watching. My hope is that you found this video helpful. If you gained at least one piece of valuable information, go ahead and give it a like right down below. And if you know anybody who can benefit from it, please share it with him or her. I know when I was going through it, I wish I had more information, so they will thank you. And of course, for more inspiring videos to your inbox every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you next week. Bye.